Well, there are times, if anyone knows about having to deal with mobility issues or, with chronic pain and chronic ailments or whatever they are, um, there are good days and there are bad days. And I've had a lot of bad days. Um, Currently, my regime is anti-inflammatories and muscle relaxers, which, very mild. I had, oh, what did they give me? They gave me prednisone, um, 3 tabs for 3 days, and then 2 tabs for 3 days, and then 1 tab for 3 days. And then to be a muscle relaxer, they gave me Valium because I've had Valium before and I know that it treats me just fine. So anyway, I'm on the two prednisone day per day. This is day 2 of that, I think. I'm learning how to manage things. Now, I don't have a lot of Valium left. She wanted me to save some so that for my MRI, which I need to get, but I don't know when that's going to be. And it takes 20 milligrams for me to be comfortable enough to go into an MRI. And that is exactly what I told her. My mother was sitting right there. She knows. So I have 20 milligrams set aside. But, you know, by the end of like Tuesday or Wednesday or something, I'm going to be out of the stuff that she gave me. Because I told her 2 milligrams, I mean, these are 2 milligram tabs. 2 milligrams don't do shit. They don't do shit. 4 milligrams is actually much, much better. It's not a high I can feel, but I can feel, I feel less pain and I have a bit more mobility because the muscle relaxer is at a level where it does the thing that it does, not to decrease it's not at a I'm not trying to get it at dosages for acute panic disorders like for the MRI like I have because it's evil and it must burn with fire. So that's not what the story time is about. The story time is about having a good day. Well, there I was, I had a pretty good morning. I was actually able to make breakfast, let my dog out, like actually make breakfast, make it. I haven't been able to do that in a while, which is nice because I don't know. I like a simple breakfast. I like to have a nice sunny side up, down, crumbled, squished up egg. I don't know. I fry in a little bit of olive oil in a little shallow pan and squish the yolk, and then I turn it over. And that was nice. A little egg, some yogurt, a piece of fruit. That's my breakfast. I like that breakfast. It's a good one, and it's a simple one. It's a nutritious one. So that's good. Starts my day out with protein. So later on that afternoon, time comes around, which is now it is 3:34. So I've been eating at weird times because I usually can't seem to get out of bed till about 10 o'clock in the afternoon or in the morning because my body is not letting me get up. Nonetheless, I was feeling pretty good and I wanted to try something. I have an electric bike. It's kind of like a moped and a bicycle all at the same time. It's also sometimes called a pedal assisted moped. Okay. And they're legal, within parameters, of course, in all 50 states. Pedal assisted, no license, no tags, all that stuff. I used to have a moped a long time ago, so I'm very comfortable on bikes like these. And I got that because my last bout of this sciatica thing, because my back is just crumbling, literally crumbling. This is not figurative. This is literal. It is crumbling and degenerating and just falling apart. I used some mobility. My left leg was pretty strong, and I was able to build muscle, and I continue to do that, and I continue to work with it when I'm able to, because I do not want to lose strength or muscle mass. I don't mind having thick legs as long as my legs are strong. I need my legs to be strong. I'm okay with that. You know, I'm not a vain woman. I don't need skinny legs with a, you know, peek through the middle. No, sorry. Nope, nope, nope. I like to bicycle. I like to walk. I like to hike. I need to have thick thighs, man. I need them to do work. So I decided to say, hey, how about because I haven't been able to walk my dog, and I've been wanting to walk my dog. I love walking my dog. We have such a good time together, and so um, I decided, okay, well, I have this e-bike, and essentially, I could, if need be, I could retrofit it in such a way to where it is a like one of those mobility carts, but a bicycle. And if I need to, there are stability wheels for the back that I could put on, so it would be more like a mobility cart. But for me, the seat is not uncomfortable. It does not bother my sciatica at all. It's actually quite comfy. It's easy to use. It's sturdy, and it doesn't look like a mobility scooter. I'm 37 years old, and I'm trying to stay as independent as possible for as long as possible. I like that. I like my life. I like living. I like being able to go out and ride my bicycle and walk my dog and go on hikes and walk down to the diner and visit and have a brunch with a friend with my feet. I like that. I don't drive a car, and I'm fine with that. It doesn't bother me. It never has. So, but I like being independent. I've always been independent, and recent, more recently, it has felt like I'm a prisoner in my own body and in my own home. I haven't been able to leave. I've barely left at all in 3 weeks, my home, unless it's to go to the ER to get anti-inflammatories injected in my arm at 10 o'clock at night and begin my little journey with um, Valium as the muscle relaxant terms. And that was fine until it was all right. It was 2 milligrams of, I don't know what the hell they injected into my arm, but man, it burned like freaking fire. But it it was fine until the anti-inflammatory wore off. Because I'm on medical assistance through the state of Pennsylvania, getting proper treatment for real treatment that I know that I need, that is required for me to remain independent, isn't really very much, honestly. I need to be able to my pain. I need to be able to manage inflammation and tense muscles to, around and through the sciatic nerve. It's the head of the sciatic nerve that is being pinched and irritated by bone chips that keep coming off of my lumbar spine. There's dislocations. I have spinal stenosis. I have degenerative disc disorder or disease. And this was all stuff that I was born with. I was born with a spinal disease, and the stenosis, the degenerative disc, the dislocations, those are all symptoms of it. Um, while it's nice to put names with those things. I haven't been able to put names with those things in over 20 years. Sorry, no, 30. How old am I? I forgot. Um, how old am I now? Let's see. This started in 2000, early 2014. So 34 years. I didn't have to put on all the things that were causing me pain and all the symptoms that were part of my original spinal disease diagnosis, which was spondylolysis, which I was diagnosed with at the age of 12, which is a whole nother story altogether. And I'm sure we'll get to that at some point. Anyway, so the main point of this story was that I decided to use my e-bike, my electric bike, as, I guess, as a mobility scooter, because man, I was stuck in my house for 3 weeks. And the cocktail that I actually did go see my neurosurgeon who is familiar with my case. And we did come up with a cocktail that is working. The pain doesn't, it's not to end the pain, and it certainly does not stop the pain at all whatsoever. What it does do, however, is there is prednisone, which is now starting to be tapered down. And in the midst of that, as it tapers down, I'm adding back in naproxen sodium or naproxen, whatever you want to call it, Aleve. Um, we wanted to do the prednisone to really kickstart um, the anti-inflammatory reaction, so that the naproxen sodium could do a better job. I have one more day of two more of two prednisone, then I'm down to three. The last three, the last are just one, and so yeah. But with that and the small dosage of Valium to act as an muscle relaxant has been helping. I've had a longer period of usefulness. And what I mean by usefulness is I can sit comfortably, reasonably comfortably, on a stool in my kitchen and say, make a meal, or put something in the toaster oven, or cook up an egg, or prepare my dog's dinner, things like that, or take a shower without feeling hunched over like I want to rip my spine and my leg off of my body, or just sit like a normal person to pee. I really don't, or even sit at my desk to do work or to game for a little bit, you know. And I was one stir crazy, seriously stir crazy. I spent the last 5 days freaking crying my eyes out because there are so many unknowns with this. It's insane. I was like, what exactly is happening? Um, how much mobility am I going to lose this time? Do I have to look in? Am I going to have to start looking into different mobility device options, more permanent things? Am I going to have to retrofit things into my home? What's going on? What's the dealio? I need names. I need definitives. I don't have tangibles. I have, okay, this is happening again, and there has to be a reason, and we're going to try to kickstart some medical assistance bullshit. Okay, whatever that means. So anyway, I took my e-bike out, and just for shits and giggles, I was bored. I ran Monet around with it a little bit. It was fine, getting him used to it. So we went really slow. So I brought him back. So it was kind of like a walk. He makes him happy, made me happy that I was able to do a little something for him, because he's a good dog. He's an incredible dog. You're a good boy. He's over there on the sofa. I will show you. Sofa. Sofa puppy. Sofa puppy. Anyway, so what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, I'm making lunch. Sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, so after I dropped him back off, I took the bike out again because it was just outside. And I just, for shits and giggles, I wanted to ride around. No biggie, right? And like, all right, well, I'll go down to Wise. It's not very far. It's less than a mile from the house. So I did that and figured, hey, I'll just pick up some lunch today, and maybe a little bit of a snack, and just it's been hard, and I figured I'd treat myself to a little snackaroo and tasty things, and so that's what I did. And going down there was fine, and even getting back at home wasn't too awful. What the problem is that bicycles don't generally have turn signals, although there are turn signals for bicycles now. And that's kind of sketchy at the moment because they're not really all that good. I bought one, and I don't know what the hell's up with that. I mean, I can fix anything on my bike. I love working on my bike, but whatever the hell this turn signal bullshit is that I bought, It's just all parts of junk and things and don't fit together and whatever. And so anyway, in lieu of that, being the bicyclist that I am, and I want to, follow the rules of the road and respect my fellow drivers and bicyclists and pedestrians, I use, get this, hand signals, because that's what you're supposed to do on your bicycle. Hand signals, as described in the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation book. In every single state, there is a booklet. When you learn how to, and you get it and you read it, it shows you hand signals that bicyclists use to tell you whether they are turning or going straight, whether they're going right or left, or they're staying still. They're not that difficult. There's like 3 signals. And if that gets confusing, if you're able to, you point the direction you're going with the hand that is in that direction. You can know people are stupid. And so I'm sitting there and sitting there and sitting there, sitting there, sitting there, still sitting, 5 minutes. This lady rolls up behind me. She's like, "What the hell are you doing?" It's like, I'm trying to turn. If you notice, I'm using a hand signal. The one in the booklet that you get is a driver's manual when you learn how to drive. The hand signals that I'm supposed to be using legally. Like, well, then turn. Like, well, that's great. I would love to, because I want to go home. I have frozen food in a bag in the back of my bike. I would like to fucking go home. Like, then go. Then turn. If you notice around me, and if you've noticed before you pulled up to me and started to be an asshole, no one's letting me go. Because they don't seem to know what hand signals are. I've even been shouting them out loud. I am going left. I want to go home. Will you please let go? Like, it's the hardest thing in the world. Everyone else, they let all the other cars go. They all take turns. Everyone goes. No one waves me on to say that, okay, I see you. You may go. I'm not going to run you over. That's asking. That's all I'm asking. I have an electric motor on my bike. The top speed, 20 miles an hour. I can certainly get across the intersection, which isn't a very big one, in enough time before you blow your top. You'll be okay. Trust me. And even when I had a bike that did not have an electric motor on it, it wasn't a problem. And most of the time, it's really not a problem. People get it. This is a small town. Gettysburg is a small town. People ride bikes all the time. It's generally a pretty bicycle-friendly, moped-friendly, pedal assist. That's what we do around here. I like bicycle touring. I like, and I want to be able to do more with it once I'm able to have complete use of both of my legs again. Well, in some manner of speaking, I can still pedal with the bike. But if I need an extra oomph, I have the battery, so I can still pedal and get the exercise and fitness out of riding a bicycle in that manner. But I have the kick behind it from the motor, the battery, in case my leg kind of sort of gives out where pedaling's not a good idea, but I can definitely stop it and balance it while I'm waiting, So that was my afternoon. It started out so well, and then someone decided to be a cunt. Whatever. So that's a lesson to all you drivers out there. Not everyone's an asshole. I'm actually a pretty nice person. And I'm very happy to let all the cars go. When you're a bicyclist on the road, you're supposed to remain on the far right side of the lane as much as possible. I wasn't in anyone's way. This lady was just creeping up behind me and like trying to run me down. And she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It's like, "Well, I'm going the fuck home. I'm trying to turn." "Well, then turn." "I can't." "Well, whatever." It's like, then what is this thing with your hand? It is my hand signal because I am riding a bicycle. This is the hand signal that I am supposed to use when I'm going to turn in that direction. It's like, "Well, then go." "Well, that's great. Tell everyone else to let me go. You aren't the problem. They are the problem." And they're always pulling up ahead of me, so I can't go. But yeah, just do me a favor. Be nice. Be aware of your fellow pedestrians and bicyclists and motorcyclists. We're not, some of us are jerks, yes, but a lot of drivers are jerks too. And I'm not saying all drivers are jerks because they're not. But just be conscientious of who's around you, the bicyclists, the pedestrians, the motorcyclists, and just be aware. If they're giving you a hand signal or if there's a turn signal device on their bike or whatever, and they're trying to go in a certain direction, stop. Wait. Don't be an ass. Give them the chance to go. You might be surprised at how little of an annoyance it is to actually let somebody go in the direction that they need to go. Some people choose not to drive cars. Some cannot drive cars. Some do not want to drive cars. Some people love riding their bicycles and walking and having a more eco-friendly life. And that's okay. It's all okay. It's all okay. We just need to be conscientious of each other and take care of each other. And that means watching out for on the road. Don't be in such a rush. You're going to get there. You have to stop at all the same stoplights that I do, and all the same stop signs. If there's a stop sign at an intersection, I need to stop too. So just help us out, and I will help you out. If you come over to me and you say, hey, I'm sick. Could you walk my dog? I'll be sure. Be happy to it. Because you were a nice guy and you didn't run me over or run me down or cuss me out or get all ticked off at me because I was riding my bicycle home from the grocery store. So that is the lesson in there. Be conscientious and just take care of each other. Don't be a dick. You don't have to be a dick. This world is full of assholes, mean people, wars, idiotic presidents that really should not be president in the first place. How the fuck he got there, I have no idea. The world is full of people who hate all the other people for whatever stupid reason there is. This world is full of people who don't care about anybody else but themselves, or the same gender, or what's in the Bible, or how they're interpreting that, or religion, or color, skin color, where they are from, the languages that they speak, whether they are a citizen of there or not, whether they are there on visas or illegally, and even though they might be there trying to start getting on the road to citizenship. The only borderlines in the world that we as humans, as a civilization, see are the ones that we have made ourselves. Let's just take care of each other. That's all. It's not that hard. You might be surprised on how much better your life becomes when you take care of each other. When you take care of yourself, your friends, your families. Start with yourself. Take care of yourself. Take time for yourself. And then when you have a spare chance and a family member needs you, be there. And then with your friends and less people that you are not so acquainted with. If there is someone who is having mobility issues or is blind in an unfamiliar area, ask them if you can help them cross the street. Don't automatically do it. Just ask them if they're having a difficult time navigating, and if they would like a hand. And if they say yes, do it. If not, just say no problem. You know, just take care of each other. This world is full of shit. We can make it better. And that little lesson can come from such an idiotic thing as a driver being a dick to someone who's just trying to get home, just like they are, but just in a different way. Don't be in such a rush. Slow down. Take care of each other. Thanks for listening to my rant, everybody. I hope to see you all very soon. I'll probably be back. I'm going to game a while because I need to go blow some shit up and kill some demons. You know, Warcraft style. Warlock. Yeah. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all very soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye, everybody.